Hey, this is Laura with Cache Valley Counseling with another of our self help videos. And today we're going to talk a little bit about goals. That's kind of been our theme for the month of January, kind of in line with New Year's resolution kind of idea. So I was just going to kind of tell you my take on goals. I personally have a bit of an aversion to goals. I have an inner drive, which can be both healthy or unhealthy, to progress, to achieve, to move forward. When I use this drive in healthy ways, I'm able to achieve a lot, but sometimes it makes me feel like I'm never good enough and I always need to be accomplishing something to feel like I matter or that I'm good enough. So, oftentimes in jobs where I'm asked to set a goal, I'm kind of screaming inside, I'm already doing the best that I can. I had to have a little chat with myself to kind of understand my struggle. And once I better understood that, I could more easily embrace the idea of setting goals. As for New Year's resolutions, I've never really understood that. If you want to set a goal, just do it. Go ahead and begin. It's too easy to trip ourselves up by locking into an idea that, oh, I'll just try again next year. I try to be really careful when setting goals because I want them to be doable and sustainable and fair to myself. They should be attainable and balanced, meaning a good amount of goals weighted in importance and effort to be maintainable. It helps to write them down and prioritize them so if we find ourselves feeling overwhelmed or behind, we know what to focus on. It's important to give yourself the chance to succeed. Give yourself goals that you can get little wins for as you strive for bigger goals. Another thought that is important is to be patient with ourselves as we work to make changes. We are naturally averse to change, and lasting change requires time and often a lot of time. It is tempting to expect immediate results and then become disappointed when things don't work out exactly as planned, and then we just kind of give up and feel like, well, it's never going to work. So we need to be persistent and as consistent as possible. Keep at it even when things get difficult. We need to push through the tough times and realize that even small victories means you are having success. When you're struggling or even having setbacks or failures, do not feel that all is lost. If you were to set out for a drive across the country and get a flat tire, you would change the tire and keep going. You wouldn't go back to where you started, change the tire, and begin again. The miles that you traveled before the flat tire matter. They gave you experience, they improved your driving skills, they showed you some wonderful scenery, and you met kind people along the journey. We will often have self messaging or little voices in our heads telling us to just give up and not try. This messaging is designed to protect us, to not feel the pain of failure. But in the end, you will still feel the pain of failure if you don't keep trying. We can love and respect that little voice that's trying to protect us, but realize that the way it's trying to help is actually going to cause us more harm. Um, in my work with my clients, I often use an analogy of a peanut allergy. If we're allergic to peanuts and we ingest a peanut, then our system's going to start to freak out and it's going to say, oh, there's an invader, there's danger here, and we need to protect ourselves. So gather all the troops together and send them all out and let's stop breathing. That should do it, right? No, that's going to kill us. So sometimes the natural instinctive protective response is not really the right one. And we need to kind of be aware, is this instinct protecting me in a healthy way or in an unhealthy way? And that's important for us to each realize. It's important for us to use the resources that we have. This may be a belief in a higher power that you can call upon for help, or it may be family or friends. You don't need to do it all alone. There's a bit of a paradox in life that we need relationships to truly grow and make progress, but we ourselves have to take the steps on the path of life. We have to lift our legs with each step. We may need to sit down on the path sometimes, but having a friend to encourage us to rest and then move on is so valuable. The goals we set as stepping stones are the stones on that path. This is how we are building muscles and gaining strength. Sometimes the idea of goals is a little too overwhelming. Some people like to choose a word that will be their theme or focus for the year. These can be things like health, strength, kindness, education. Then, if you have an overall concept rather than a specific goal, you can have broader experiences. For instance, if my word is health, then maybe I'm going to increase my intake of fruits and vegetables. But it might also mean that I'm paying more attention to how my body feels when I eat certain foods or do certain activities. It might mean that I'm reading books or listening to podcasts that educate me on different aspects of health. then it becomes sort of a broader idea where we can get those little wins in, where we can feel success, and it's going to motivate us to keep moving forward. What is your vision for your life? What do you want to achieve? What do you want to become? Any goal that we set out to achieve is at risk if we don't have a greater vision of what we want to create in our life. We get to choose to build our life. What are your natural skills, gifts, and abilities? Start with those and try to move forward in something where you already have some confidence again so you can get some of those wins in and feel good about yourself. And you can look further ahead to bigger goals and dreams. I was watching a cute television show that I like on PBS. It's a cute little show that takes place in England about some vets. And one of the characters was talking about not pursuing the woman that he loved when he was younger, and he made a sweet comment that I thought was relevant, where he said it takes courage to follow our dreams. It can take courage. It can be really hard to get out of our comfort zone and try to do something that our instincts want to just pull back from and not have to work that hard. So you want to have that sort of idea of the bigger picture for your life, that vision, the overall arching goal. What do you want to have achieved when you're at the end of your life looking back? What would you have wished that you did differently? Are you living tomorrow's regrets today? And can you push yourself just a little bit out of your comfort zone to try something a little bit new or different and see if it makes you happier, more fulfilled? So, to wrap up, it takes discipline to set and achieve goals, and we're naturally kind of lazy. So, be patient with yourself. Acknowledge those small wins where you can and be honest with yourself. If the voice of failure gets louder, thank it for trying to keep you safe and then keep moving forward. Good luck.